Hi, this is Max's German car, 15020 Oxnard Street, Sherman Oaks, California, 91411. Also, this is Mechanical Mommy, and we're going to do an alternator removal and replacement on a 2002 Toyota Camry with a 4-cylinder 2.4 liter engine. Now, the thing to remember on the 2002 Camry 4-cylinder engine is the alternator and the serpentine belt are different than the 97 to 2001 4-cylinder Toyota Camry or other 4-cylinder Toyota products. They have the water pump on the outside, so the belt, serpentine belt and pulley arrangement is different. On the 97 to 01 4-cylinder Toyota or in Camry 4-cylinder, the alternator has a adjustment right on it to loosen the belt, so there's no separate tensioner. So all you have to do is loosen up a bolt on the alternator to loosen the belt. But on the 02 Camry or 02 4-cylinder Toyota, you have to relieve the tension on the serpentine belt tensioner. So, things you need for this job, the alternator removal replacement on the 02 Camry, are you're going to need a 10mm socket, you're going to need a 12mm socket, you need a 14mm socket, and you're going to need a 19mm socket with a breaker bar or ratchet. And the secret to this job is that, first of all, you should remove the ground cable on the battery. That's very important, or you're going to risk shorting out your alternator and have to buy another one. Remove the ground cable on the battery. And also, for starting in 02, as I was talking about before, in 2002, in order to relieve the tension on the serpentine belt, you have to have a 19mm socket, and you put it on the tensioner, which has a 19mm bolt head. It's not an actual bolt, it's just a bolt head on the tensioner, and all you got to do is put pressure on it, turn it clockwise like that. See that? You relieve the tension on the serpentine belt to remove the alternator by just putting tension on the 19mm bolt head on top of the tensioner, and just put pressure on it, and that'll remove it. And then, if you want to make things a little easier for you, you do not have to take the serpentine belt out completely. All you have to do is take it off the alternator itself and leave it hanging there, so for easy installation. And otherwise, on the alternator itself, there's just two bolts holding it on, one 12mm and one 14mm. The 14mm bolt is on top and the 12mm bolt's on the bottom. Then there's a 10mm nut that holds on one of the electrical connections, and the other electrical connection just snaps right out of there. There's a couple more 10mm nut, bolts that hold on some attachments, or actually I think one 8mm and one 10mm nut. 10mm bolt and 8mm nut hold on a couple other attachments, but it's pretty straightforward. So basically the main thing is to know is that the 02 Camry 4-cylinder serpentine belt removal or alternator replacement, you must relieve the tension on the serpentine belt tensioner by getting a 19mm socket with a breaker bar or ratchet and just putting pressure, turning it clockwise to remove the tension. This is Max's German car, 15020 Oxnard Street. Call me at 310-804-4185. I take credit cards and ship. I do installation and repair. 310-804-4185. Thank you very much.